Welcome back to StockSmart, where we use technical analysis to determine proper entry and exit points in the marketplace. Tattooed Chef showed up very early. Okay. Now we've got the Aroon, the Squeeze, and the ATR present. All right. And I'm just looking when the ATR starts to behave in a certain way. And we want to see our ATR start to increase over time. All right. And when we start to see ATR coming up, we also see that happen in price. Okay. XXII. So for the studies that we have here, we have the percentage off of the 52 a week high on the daily. Okay, it's this one. And then this one just keeps up with every time chart. All right, so we'll be able to see the percentage off of the 52-week high, always daily, and then we can see whether it's off the high and the low. Yeah. And then we created scanners based on these criteria here. All right. So let's pull up the accumulation swing index. On the daily. And we can see we do have some green stocks here. Looks like BT. And many of the ones that I pointed out last week yes, they are here too, so be watching them. Now let's go and check out, let's see, we want our gamma squeezes. So these are having gamma squeezes. Let's see, BTRS. And that was a very good signal. We see that. Okay. But it looks like we're going to go and trade sideways for a little bit here. Let's check the 4-hour chart here. Bottom, 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 top. Was this the bottom? Let's hope so. All right. So we've got lots of watch lists going off today. But let's just look at a few very important ones. OSAT, BSQR, BLIN, Apple, SPCE, and NEO. 566% off of the 52-week high on the daily. All right. Here was our bottom. Here was our top. And we can see from right here to here, we will trade in an upwards direction. All right. So this is a very good list here. And we see when our ATR starts to come up drastically on, let's just say, the daily. And look what happened here. We're crossing above or starting to find zero. So in anticipation for that move, it's being a little pushed off, okay? 2,000%. Over its 52-week high. Okay. On the weekly. Okay. So this does look like it's about to take its next run, and on the daily, this is technically an entry point. So, going from the high here, current price, of course we should have taken our cyber cycle signal on 628 to get in here on the daily. All right. So finding this crossover here in the Aroon is important, and then recognizing when the squeeze is changing, the buying opportunity and the rise in the ATR. Very good. All right. Identifying those trends before they take place. All right. Of course, finding this bounce right here on this doji. Can't always do that, but TEMA did identify, an entry signal with a close above the TEMA there. Although we should be looking for closes above the TEMA on lower volume. Okay. That's a good little list there. Let's check out our four-way Aroon. Then we can do our four-way STC. We got Apple and Glop. And four-way STC. That's the daily, 4-hour, 1-hour, and weekly. So this is letting you know what is rocking on all of those time charts down to the 1-hour time chart. Okay. And it looks like some things have, Shopify's up $50. This is up $3. That's one heck of a move. Okay. So let's just say from, the Monday at $2 to $8. Okay. And then shorting back down to here. And letting it go. All right. Well, it looks like BSQR is going for another run. Let's hope it doesn't get reversed somehow very quickly right through here. But just in case it does, let's go ahead and draw a top right through here. Give it a line. And let's see if we can use our low here to get some sort of extended line through here. And that looks about right. All right. Let's take it right about from here. Straight across. And there we go. All right. There's our little trident. Okay. Datadog. Interesting move with earnings coming up. I think it'll have a good earnings, which will kind of mean we want the price to come down so we can get a good opportunity to buy in on it. Which is why I think you think, oh, well, earnings are good, so the price should go up. If the earnings are good, I'll jump in, but only at a discount. You know what I mean? You're hunting a deal. That's what you're looking for. All right. So here's a nice little slide or a squeeze here in this Aroon. All right. And then pop. Very good. IC is back on the list again. Let's check out our 4-hour example. All right. Newegg. Looks like Hyliion's up a couple cents. You know, it's funny. After the dump, we didn't really hear anything about him. Didn't hear anything about Nikola either. Although, they certainly are coming up on an earnings. And, I think it is going to keep going down in price. And we're probably looking for it to break this trend here. And yeah, probably something right through here. But be watching. This could, looks like this is going to reverse on you and trend on down. UMCN on the Kapok Weekly. UMCN. All right, I see what happened. Very good. Explosion. Here was the low. Here was the high. Let's see if it continues to maintain. Or... yeah. Interesting. Even though it is an OTC... watch it, because it could run. And this on the daily is implying that we should be looking to build a position somewhere right through here, the 486 level. Yeah. But we are going to get a, let's see, a slight pop coming soon. Then a pushback, and then another pop again. Okay. But it is saying to look for the next dip as the opportunity to buy in on KNDI. Okay. Here was the rocket ship. All right. Let's go and check out a squeeze alert systems. Let's see, we've got a 6-way squeeze alert somewhere in here. And this is showing us things that are being squeezed on 6 different directions. So, being squeezed on multiple time frames. All right? Whether it be up or down. Okay. And we have a squeeze 4-way alert, and we also have one that uses these moving averages also, looking specifically for bullish positions. And we're kind of doing more of a free roam thing today. I'm just kind of doing whatever. I didn't really think of a lesson plan or idea for today. Moving scalpers with some sentiments. I see, very good. So these did move, at least some, a couple dollars. So if you had, you know, enough to invest, I would say probably from here, IC and up, which IC I pointed out a while back, and it had a nice explosion there. And let's see, what was this, like 7.6 all the way up here? I mean, I pointed out IC last week, and people were like, oh, it doesn't look good. It looks horrible. No trade. And I'm like, I don't know. So, I'm glad that I saw that. I was able to point it out, and those who were able to take advantage of it, this high happened Let's see, on this 4-hour chart. Looks like, Yeah, we don't see that $15 high there on the daily. Let's check the weekly. No? Interesting. But look at IC about to go for another run. All right. And when I was pointing it out, just to be fair, it was doing this, giving off, some really good signals to buy in. But if people who are volume traders, if they see everything is good but still has low volume, they still, consider it as a bad trade. When really, if you look through in a contrarian's perspective, every single dip that you might particularly buy will be set in and around near low volume. Anyway, you see what I mean? These dojis here, these dojis are relatively less volume than the candlesticks around them. Which is why I have my buy the doji dance. Or the I bought the doji dance. Or, harami, harami, harami. Hooray. Okay. Atos, ATHA, closed, BTRS, ATRS, and BHR. So these are these moving scalpers, okay? So if you're looking to get in on a scalping action, those movers, look what we find here. We find those big high poppers, those ones that move, you know what I mean? Not all of them are poppers, but as we do see, oh, look at this. I likey. Let's see, top, bottom. This is going to squeeze and slide for a long time, so it's probably going to slowly trend up if it can get that angle. If not, it's going to pop because it just hit the bottom here. And go through and look what happens when we get this big shark wave here, more of like a shark fin, okay? Shark fin manipulation. Them sharks is into water. All right? Done it. All right, although we typically do see a breakout to the flat side, so this probably will break out in the downwards direction, okay, unfortunately. Unless we can see ATR reverse, which it did here. So, when it hits bottom, it typically reverses. So let's look for that, but short-term pop, long-term, downstream. So here we go. We see what happened. All right, kind of chilled off. Let's wait for the buying pressure to take back over, go upwards, and it'll probably still continue to trend down. All right, so those are our moving scalpers with some sentiment, all right? Let's find... and these are $1 to $3 moving scalpers. Let's see what the moving scalper super scan is. Looks like we're finding similar and same things. Okay, whether it be up or down. All right. Here was our low. Looks like we're reaching our highs. We'll get pushed back from here to we'll get pushed down to here, pop to here, down to here, pop to here. Go back and look at my Aroon videos. I know some of the earlier ones were done with a cell phone screen, but there's still information to be had there. Alright, so MMAT looks a lot like QS on the long-term scale. Alright. There we go. So there's a long-term line that we can use. All right, but we are 1,600 and some percent off of the 52-week high. Got a low here on ODT, upwards TEMA signal. Okay. Interesting. Let's keep watching this with the ATR starting to turn up. ODT, yeah, might be a good one to pay attention to, even though this is showing a high of a low wave, and we could possibly still be switching over into bearish territory. So I would watch out for that one. Yeah, be watching your squeeze, but yeah, if this reverses too, we'll be in good shape. All right. But we will find them if they start coming up on our lists. Let's see what the Momo LBR weekly scan has. OSAT, BLIN, DSQR, SPCE, Apple, and NEO. Same as many of the other scans. Right? We go trending up patterns. Let's see our super squeeze it. And we've got ADX cross on the daily. Let's check out some ADX stuff. Amazon, yeah. Go Amazon. And let's check out our reversals on the daily. DLTR and GPS. All right, and these are all ones that are, you know, having action right now. So they're in, you know, potential for a reversal. So these would be up in a potential for a reversal down, and these are all down in the potential reversal for up. Okay. Well, let's see what we have for our Darvis box here. And this Doji average list used to work. It would look for dojis. All right. Let's see what we can find here. Many Darvis scans. And I do like our Darvis box. So let's just pull that up. All right. And we'll just take the regular Thinkorswim Darvis box here. All right. Now we can see our highs and our lows, our levels of support and resistance and whatnot. Very good. And we can see where those levels lie at. Here, 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 here. Okay. So we can see right now that if this is a company that is to do very well, and given this hook on the way up, let's just hope that this right here is a bit of a, you know, cup. And it's going to build up shares. Maybe even this is presenting a boat loading option. You know, a small boat is being made in here. And let's see what's up with our scan here. See if there's a reason why it isn't working. I do say. That's interesting. You go in and add a 0 to something, and it can mess everything all up. There we go. Now we've got some stuff up on our Darvis boxes. Okay. Let's go in and check out our other Darvis box strategies here, see what's going on. All right. I thought we were on the weekly. Let's go for 4 hour. And it's GSP for the 4 hour, a close of 50 cents, but that sizzle index of 1, that's probably going to throw us off a good bit. So let's bring it down to 8.5. And our beta of 1 is nice to have in there, but let's bring it down to 7.5. And see if anything changes. AIV showed up. Okay. Let's see, bull flag daily. I don't know if we'll find the bull flags or not, but we certainly can try. That should work. Okay, so on the daily, forming a death cross, we've got all of these. And it looks like these have already started to fall off. Okay. Looks like IC had its fun, Glop had its fun. Let's check out Apple here going for those runs. And it does tend to follow the chartings that we have. Very good. Okay. Goes up, pushes down. And this hits 0, so that keeps coming up. Gets below the line, gets pushed down. Has a little pop. Okay. Well, looks like it's creating a new base of support up here at 140. Okay, awesome. So we didn't trend back up as fast as we thought it would, but it did trend back up after the dip, so we'll have to come back in and do some recharting. And, you know, had this is the move that we're looking for on the other Darvis list we saw that didn't work, it would have been valid on 6.8. Okay. Or we can say is true within 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. And that would give us a couple days to cue in on something about to make a big move. If you didn't notice that it was throwing a giant bull flag on the daily chart. Let's see if it did on the 4 hour as well. It seems like it kind of did on the 4 hour. And going back to 6.8, did we get one? Let's see, zoom out. 6.8. And it looks like we kind of did get that particular flag. But really what we're looking for, and when these bull flags happen, you know, price is, you know, well under here, but the support is pushed up to here very quickly. And when that happens, I've noticed, even when price is going up, the upwards Darvis signals are reliable, but the downwards Darvis signals are not as reliable. Yeah, sometimes you get a fake Darvis signal. Alright. So as we come above 0 here and our moving average starts to strike across the 0 line, we get a doji and then a pop in price action. And as we can see, once we were able to recognize the setup between Aroon up above 70 and Aroon down below 30, using that as a scanning criteria on the 4-hour, let's just say daily, and weekly watch lists, or if you did weekly and 4-hour, you would catch, some really, really big runners, okay? But we need to also be paying attention to weekly highs and lows. Okay. What does gold have for us? Here's a high, here's a bottom. Let's hope, it looks like we're going to trade sideways in gold a little bit and be looking for a reversal to the upside. And what do we got? A 9-cent dividend on gold. Okay. It looks like dividends are starting to increase. Looks like they were more way back here. Alright, so that was the death crosses on the daily. Let's do market forecast bullish. Alright. And that gives us a handful of things to look into, too. Looks like IBM. Yeah. IBM may get to trade sideways for a little bit, or even get pushed down. Yeah, that kind of seems to be the more likely, is that it's going to get pushed down a little bit. Okay. So let's look for it to find this, say support here, and if it were to break it. Alright. I'm kind of pointing down here, though, on the ATR. And let's look at some of the shaft, bullish stocks here. And we can check this list and see. Beta, delta, sizzle. Shaft trend cycle from 1 bars ago is greater than 25. Alright. And that's what we're getting here. So we're heading back up in our trend cycle. Very good. And we could get rid of our delta of 90 to the max. I don't think we need to, though. I may even decide to make this same list and, build it into multiple time frames. That way it's a multiple time frame list like some of my other watch lists. We'll see if any of our VWAP lists are working. And there are many times that they are not. Let's jump over here. It really looks like we're trying to have a breakout here with this doji. Was it able to do it? Alright. And price got pushed back, so waiting for our signal here. Alright. Looking for our dip, waiting for our dip, waiting for our dip. Okay, here's our dip. There's our VWAP signal. Alright. And, you know, there was our exit right there. It was a bit premature, but the trade was not as long as we thought it would be. Okay. Looks like our VWAP isn't going to work here. Let's throw up our Kapok Weekly. And for the Kapok Weekly, we have these stocks right here. Looks like Humble, Genus, SOS, KMB, NMR, and Riot are all showing buy signals on the weekly. And KRA, AVGO, CCXI, CTSO, RCAT, NE. This looks interesting. Yes, this looks very good. All right. ABT. ABT looks interesting. I think it's going to get pushed down, first, but they've got a 45-cent dividend. Okay. DRI, PCG, and EBON. And it looks like they're about to break above zero. They've got some dojis happening, but that's why it had a little bit of a run beforehand. And that gives a $1.10 dividend on Darden Restaurants. Four 8, 7 8, 1 7. Okay, so had we got in on this Darden here, at the low of 88, even though it had pretty much a projected value of 37, now here at the projected value of 88, a bit overextended, $1.10. It's getting closer and closer to its actual value, so I think this next run here in Darden is probably going to be worth it. All right. So let's expect it to get pushed down. Yeah, we've been losing momentum here. And given it's always a little bit higher than that, I would say, but look for it. It's probably pretty close. But I would say look around 140, and start looking for, to build a position in this if you wanted to take advantage of dividend, stocks. I wouldn't buy in at the high. I would wait until you find some sort of low here to buy into. Humble here. Humble is one that we might see some moves in. So when Humble starts to travel back above and breaks out above this 117, we'll create an alert. at or above 118, and we'll create an alert for $1.40. All right, at or above $1.40, and then we will create another alert right here, $1.75. Create an alert at or above $1.75. All right. And then we'll be able to see lots and lots of good things. But it looks like we are going to see a reversal here in this humble. And on the 4 hour, look at the percentage. All right. Daily. Okay. I mean, that's interesting, all right? Here was your top, here was your bottom on the daily. Looks like we might be getting another reversal to the upside very soon on humble. Let's go out here to the weekly, and we can see we got a high, and we're sliding down kind of a squeeze, so slowly it's getting pushed down. Will this be pop this way and this continue to trend down? We don't know. So, looks like we do have a bottom of 76 cents, though. So you could very well even find your opportunities in there around 75 cents. When the Aroon up crossed the Aroon down, that was a very important time. All right. And it looks like price wasn't very much. Yeah. Okay. Here's where we started to pick up. You know, when the ATR really started to rise. Okay. Still getting pushed down. Alright, so let's look at this as a possible 76 cents. And let's see if there is a gap there in TPO anywhere around 76 cents. There's a gap right here at $1.14. There's support. There's 76 cents right there, sitting right on the support line. Okay, so there is a big support built at that 76 cent level. So we'll go ahead and create an alert and let us know when we are, let's see, at or below 76 cents. All right. Very good. So now we can pay attention to it and look to, plan our trade, in either direction. But I would expect to see it to move up to this gap here and then up to this point here to be rejected. If it can be pushed above the $3.71 level, then there's nothing really stopping it. People going short from 371. All right. So we'll go at or above and hit create. And that gives us a couple different levels to pay attention to, and it gives us a trading plan to follow along the way. Excellent. All right. I think we'll wrap it up there. I thank you for watching. Come back. Subscribe. Join the Facebook group. Consider becoming a patron.